Have you ever felt like you're your own worst enemy? Like you keep getting in your own way, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to break free? If that sounds familiar, then you need to hear about this book that completely changed my perspective. The Mountain is You by Brianna Wiest. This isn't just another self-help book. It's a profound guide to understanding and conquering the biggest obstacle in your life, yourself. The core idea is simple yet powerful. The mountain we have to climb isn't some external challenge. It's not our boss, our circumstances, or our past. The mountain is us. It's our self-sabotage, our limiting beliefs, and our unresolved trauma. Wiest argues that we often get stuck because we're subconsciously attached to our problems. They feel familiar, even comfortable. The book brilliantly breaks down the different ways we self-sabotage, from procrastination and perfectionism to emotional eating and picking fights in relationships. It's like she holds up a mirror and it shows you exactly what you've been doing, but without any judgment. One of the first big lessons for me was understanding the why behind my self-sabotage. It's not because you're lazy or weak. It's often a misguided attempt at self-protection. For example, maybe you procrastinate on a big project because you're terrified of failing. By not trying your best, you give yourself an excuse. If it doesn't work out, you can say, well, I didn't really try anyway. It's a defense mechanism, but it keeps you small. Realizing this was a huge light bulb moment. My bad habits weren't character flaws. They were coping strategies that had outlived their usefulness. The book then guides you through the process of dismantling this mountain, piece by piece. It's not about fighting yourself or using willpower to force change. It's about developing self-awareness. You learn to observe your thoughts and feelings without immediately acting on them. You start to see the gap between a trigger and your usual reaction. This is where your power lies. For instance, instead of immediately reaching for your phone when you feel bored or anxious, you learn to just sit with that feeling. You ask yourself, what am I really trying to avoid right now? This practice of mindfulness builds what Wiest calls emotional intelligence. Another huge takeaway is the concept of rebuilding your identity. We often cling to old stories about ourselves. I'm just not a disciplined person, or I'm always unlucky in love. These are just narratives, not facts. The book encourages you to release these old identities and start building a new one based on who you want to become. This is done through small, consistent actions. You don't just wake up one day and decide to be a confident person. You act like a confident person would. You speak up in a meeting, you set a boundary, you try something new. Each action is like laying a new brick in the foundation of your new self. But the most beautiful part of this journey, according to Wiest, is learning to integrate all parts of yourself, even the dark or shadow sides. Instead of trying to get rid of your fears or insecurities, you learn to understand what they're trying to tell you. Your fear might be telling you that something is really important to you. Your anger might be signaling that a boundary has been crossed. By listening to these parts of yourself instead of suppressing them, you become whole. You stop being at war with yourself and start working as a team. You become your own greatest ally. Climbing this inner mountain isn't a race. It's a journey of self-discovery and compassion. That's about unlearning the habits that hold you back and building a life that is truly aligned with your deepest self. The Mountain is You doesn't just give you a map. It gives you the courage to take that first step. If you feel stuck, I can't recommend this book enough. It might just be the guide you need to finally conquer the mountain within and see the incredible view from the top. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that helps you become your best self. See you in the next one.